Yes, welcome to the show. And a fellow just posted on my forum titled One Year on ZenMac, The Changes That I Have Made. He writes, 1 year on ZenMac. It gives an opportunity to reflect back on the changes that I have made. I remember when I joined, like most newbies, that they want magic bullets. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is becoming a player. What I have learned, first of all, dealing with inner game. If you don't handle, or if you don't this handle, you ain't nowhere anywhere in the game. Basically saying if you don't handle this, the words are backwards, you ain't anywhere in the game. You've got to handle your inner game, fellas. You've got to get that inner stuff solved. You got to get your confidence up, your masculine energy up, everything. Okay? Otherwise, you get nowhere in the game. That's what he's learned. He writes, I realized now that I had a lot of baggage about past events and relationships. And who doesn't, Phyllis? If you've had a bad breakup, you're affected on a subconscious level and you don't even realize it. That's why I have my Confidence Kicker program to help you weed all that stuff out. A lot of people went through that and realized, God damn, I had a lot of shit. They didn't realize it. They thought their confidence was big and good enough. No, you got to learn the truth about yourself. He writes, before I came here, I thought I had self-esteem and self-confidence. As I just said, a lot of guys think they have self-esteem and self-confidence. But when you've had, bad breakups in the past, it does affect you on that level. And you got to get rid of the baggage you're carrying around. He writes, only working through issues through meditation did things start. I am becoming confident, more positive energy. Still, there's more work to come. And he's a fellow that should actually jump into my Confidence Kicker program. Hitting the steel. I remember when I heard Supreme's message about hitting the gym. I almost had a fucking heart attack. I hit the gym now 2 or 3 times a week for about a year. I have definitely noticed physical changes, and women do notice too, but also the increased aggressiveness and better self-esteem. Women like men of form. That means a masculine looking physique. I believe he's in England, and the typical English guy isn't known for his masculine look. I'm not referring to the lower class English people over there, the Cockneys, or they still have that group, or any of that stuff. I'm referring to the upper middle, English people over there. They're not known for their masculine energy or their masculinity. Women have been over there have been complaining about it for years. And I believe he's from there. In fact, he's given us one of those. I'm looking at his photo. He's doing a James Bond look. And I just now tied into his name. He has 007 at the end of his name, and that's why he's actually one of the better looking English fellows over there, though. And if you live in England, you definitely need to be hitting the gym. I don't care actually where you live. I don't care what race, what nationality you are. You gotta hit the fucking gym. It increases your male energy. Okay, so we get increase of testosterone, but on a energy level, that increases male energy. You see, it is the male energy that's going to interact with her energy. All right? And she can pick up on that. You'll walk more aggressively. You'll stand more aggressively. It's a proven fact, like when you develop your latissimus muscles, that's the side of your torso, it changes the way you move in space, the way you walk. So women are cued in on that. There's a certain aggressive male walk that men will have who are aggressive males, and you'll be able to do the exact same walk. Let's go down and see what else he's learned. Conversation. He says, I started slow here. Just general conversation with people to get out of my comfort zone. I also use a lot of lounges with female bartenders to talk with attractive women. It helped me get used to being around beautiful women in a no-pressure situation. Plenty of work needs to be done here still. Mindset. The biggest changes are here. Waking up from the matrix. Women should never be put on a pedestal. Women are not the angels we make them out to be. When you see how women can manipulate men, it's a real eye opener. So he's saying when you see the truth of how women can manipulate men, it opens your eyes. Okay? You got to understand though, don't blame women or hate them. Remember, they're not big and strong like us males are. I don't care if you're a 125-pound male, as one fella on my forum is. He's still stronger than a female because he has more testosterone, more male muscle in his body. Okay? He could be with a woman who weighs exactly 125 pounds and knock her the fuck out because he has male genes. So women have to learn to manipulate to get something done because they can't do it themselves. Okay? So do not blame them. Do not hate them. It's just the way it is. Just say it to yourself right now. You know what? It's just the way it is. Fuck it. All right? That way you don't develop that female hateration shit that weak men get. Instead of learning to work with it. I hate weak motherfuckers. It's just no reason for them to even breathe air. Please, just die, motherfuckers. Women, as I said, are not the angels they're made out to be. Women need a strong, confident, dominant, and man that leads her. So basically saying women need a man that's strong and confident and dominant, that's a leader. And that's the truth that I've been teaching here. One more thing. Bitches need good conversation and good dick. And that is the ultimate truth right there. If you don't have those two, you will never make it in this game. All you can be is just a dater. You look up on some ass, you wife it up, you bring her flowers, everything you can, and she ends up cheating on you and dumping your ass because you don't have good conversation and you don't have good dick. Conversation is like crack to them. Good dick is like icing on the cake. Okay? Women, they get used to, guys that can't fuck. And they'll even marry a motherfucker that can't fuck. And have kids in hopes of, having a decent life. If you Google something, Google the statistics on the amount of women who have orgasms versus ones who don't. You'll be surprised how many don't. And there are motherfuckers, certain races of guys, I'm going to get racial here, who aren't even concerned about giving women orgasms. It's not the black race. So, there are races out there who don't even concern themselves with that. In the black community, we're taught, you got to bust a woman out. And I think they still teach that to the younger set. Although I was shocked one time when a fella, I thought it was a black dude that got on here and said he wasn't, he had never been told about that. Don't care. He had never even had any concept of a woman getting an orgasm. And it turned out he wasn't black, though. He actually wrote me a email and said he wasn't. I'm not pushing my race and all that kind of stuff on you. I'm not getting racial, but there is some differences. In our community, we're trained to, you better bust that woman out. Give her some good dick. Okay? So it's a cultural thing that other races need to learn. Now, I don't care what size dick you have, you can still bust her out a nut. If you just hit the G-spot. G-spot's only a couple inches inside. Aim your dick up at the G-spot, bam, hit it. That's why women like to tilt their hips upwards and contract their buttocks and lift upwards so that your dick will, while you're up there bamming away at the pussy, at least you'll hit the right spot to get her off. Women know, the ones that have experienced orgasms know where to look for or aim your dick at inside their pussies. So it doesn't matter what the size of your dick is. She can work with it. Let her work with it. He writes, in ending, would like to say that even though I am not at the success level I would like with women, real change to become real man and player takes time. But once the foundation is in place, things will happen. Peace. Written by Cool Martini. Thank you, Cool Martini. And that is truth right there. It does take time. Some people get it much faster. Now I have to get a little bit more in depth in that. Depends on what type of mindset you do have. Now I noticed that I always bring up right brain, left brain stuff, but the reason because I see the differences. Someone who's extremely on each side, if you're extremely right brain or extremely left brain, you have a harder time. You want a person that's more in the center or closer to the center, either the left side or right side. And that way their common sense a part of it, snaps right in. Okay? So good luck to you fellas in your game. Recognize that it does take time to change and to develop and become a real man. But allow yourself that time. Don't expect to go out, within a week and be a pimp. You got to crawl before you can walk, right? And you got to walk before you can run. You got to run before you can sprint. You got to sprint before you can fly like the wind in this game. You can't walk or crawl in and expect to be weighted like a king. It's got to develop. And give yourself permission and the time to develop, my friends. Good luck to you.